Woo! Okay. Hi, everybody. Ethan, yet again. For those of you who don't know me, for those of you who do, still Ethan. Believe it or not, still Ethan. Today, I wanted to discuss something that's a little bit more specific. I wanted this video to be a little less vague. I'm going to be touching on something that maybe won't resonate with everyone who has been watching my videos as of late, but for those of you that it does resonate with, welcome. I mean, I guess you'll know whether you did or didn't resonate with it by reading the title of the video, right? I want to talk a little bit about the journey of building a stronger relationship with God, because it's something that I've been doing. And so I feel as though it would be doing a disservice to myself and to others if I didn't, touch on it at some point in one video or another. So that's what I'm doing now. And so I wanted to start with something that I heard earlier today, which actually was a really, really, I guess, inspiring quote. It kind of touched me. Especially because it was something that I felt for a really long time, which was regarding feeling imperfect, right? You probably think to yourself sometimes like, oh, why or how could God love me, right? I'm imperfect. I'm this imperfect being. I'm just a man, or I'm just a woman, or, I'm just a kid and life is a nightmare. But whatever the case may be for you, even if you're just a jelly-filled donut, God does love you. Sorry, there's a cat playing at my feet. God does love you, no matter who or what you are, because you're you, right? You're his child. Why would he not? But the quote that I heard that really inspired me, that really kind of made it really stick, that God does love me and God does love anyone regardless of how perfect or imperfect they may be, which, hint, no one is perfect, we're human. That's kind of the whole point, right? But no matter how imperfect you may or may not be, God still loves you. And the way that we can prove this, the way that we know this, is because you are created in God's image, right? Everyone is created in God's image. Yet, you still love people who are imperfect, do you not? Obviously, God loves imperfect. And it's evident in the way that we love people who are also imperfect. Your spouse, your best friend, your brother, your sister, your mother, whoever, none of them are perfect. Everyone's imperfect. Everyone has imperfections. But you still love them. And you still continue to have a relationship with them. And you still continue to try to strengthen that relationship with them, regardless of how imperfect they are. And that's what essentially God is doing with you. He's always trying to strengthen that relationship with you, regardless of how imperfect you may or may not be. That goes for everybody. And it took me a while to see that. And despite being on this journey where I'm strengthening my relationship with God, even then, I don't think I really understood that or felt that until I heard that quote. And it really, really moved me. So I felt like I just kind of had to touch on it, especially because, I don't know, today felt a little bit more compelling, I guess, for lack of a better word, in terms of my bond with, the higher power. So yeah, it's a little daunting. It can be a little scary. It can be a little, maybe even tacky or corny to some people. But at the end of the day, I feel as though you should at least try, right? You should at least try to kind of strengthen your relationship with the Most High. Because if not, then you're just going to continue living miserably And what do you have to lose from just trying, right? Just try. Just try. Worst case, nothing happens. Best case, your entire life turns around, you know? So why not? Why not just try? God loves you. God's calling you to him. And that's something else that I also had to learn kind of the hard way. You know, I spent so much of my life doubting my belief. You know, I grew up in the church, but I ended up kind of straying from it because I spent so much of my life just kind of doubting it, you know, and doubting him. And I suppose that eventually I ended up finding my way back, because while God can bring you blessings and prosperity, God can also bring you misery and despair. And I was being put through the journey that I was being put through so I could find my way back. It was a part of his plan, right? At least that's what I like to think. And I also like to think that maybe it was a part of his plan to put me through the things that I was put through so that I could in turn become kind of like a source of light in people's lives, you know? Because otherwise it would have been for waste. You know, what was the point of going through all the things that I went through if not for me to be able to have a unique perspective that I could provide in, you know, other people's lives to help them kind of better themselves. And that's what I'm doing here. Some people will listen, some people won't, and that's okay. If I just reach one person, just at least one person, I consider it a success. And that's what matters. Because I don't need to reach millions to feel as though I've accomplished a goal. You know, I could reach just one person I've never met in my life, or even one person that I have met, and help them. And I would have considered it an accomplishment, you know, a success, like I just said. And so I feel as though everyone could benefit from trying to maybe strengthen their relationship with God a little bit and seeing where that road takes you. You might be surprised. I know I was, because even just now, in the few, you know, days, the couple of weeks that I have been on this journey, I've never felt anything like it in my life. And yeah, I owe part of it to myself, but for the most part, I feel like I kind of owe it to God, honestly, because I was a wreck. I was down bad. I was down atrocious, but God pulled through. And now I'm out here doing things I would have never even thought I would do or could do, you know, being or behaving in ways that I never thought I would be able to do again, you know, or manners that I wouldn't be able to behave in again. You know, I'm expressing myself in ways I never thought I'd be able to express myself in again. You know, it's completely reshaped who I am now. And it's genuinely what's been helping me shape myself into the man that I always wanted to be. So if it can do that for me, I'm sure it can do that for you. At least one of you out there. Probably the person watching this video. And yeah, I guess that's it for now. I won't rant any more than that. As always, if you're feeling alone, depressed, miserable, angry, you know, like you want to scream at the top of your lungs, anything in that manner, in that regard, feel free to reach out to me. As always, in any of the social medias in the description below. I will always listen. I will always be here. I will always respond, no matter what time, day or night. Just reach out. I'd prefer you did that than something else that you might regret later. And yeah, with that, take care.